So I'm a teaching assistant for a professor at my art college.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to tell you too many details. I'm pretty sure that I've got some people in these classes that are watching this show. And why wouldn't they? This show fucking rules.
Thank you.
But yeah, I work for this professor, but lately he's kind of been spending a lot of time trying to woo the married other person that's working in the art department, and it takes up all of his time. He is never there for any of the supervisor meetings. He's just completely blowing off his classes to try to fuck this married girl.
Pause
and
this
it's
for a second.
It drives me up
that sucks, and we'll get back to your actual question, but I am shocked he's not fucking a student.
Oh, good point.
Art professor.
Good point. This
art
guy's
professor.
A hero.
It's for sure I thought he's fucking students, and how do I stop this? So, it's not good. He's still trying to coax someone into committing adultery, but just let's keep it going.
Good point.
Married girl. And it's it drives me up the fucking wall because he does shit have her pick him up and drop him back off really late at night by the sculpture studio. And I'm just what are you doing, man? And why do I have to fucking see it,
Yeah.
And why is it eating in so much into you trying to help me? It's just it really pisses me off. I don't really know what to do about it. It's just it just bothers me a lot. And sometimes I'll call him on it. I will. I'll be I'll be wow, you're spending a lot of time with this person. Wonder what's going on there. Oh, you have another little rendezvous last night?
Yeah.
And he gets really defensive and upset in a way that a guilty person would be. So yeah, I don't know. What the fuck do I do if the professor I work for is having an affair with someone to the point where he can't do his fucking job, and I'm having to pick up all the pieces for him because both him and the woman he's having an affair with are both my professors. So it's
yeesh.
I feel really stuck. I feel really annoyed. I feel very grossed out and betrayed in some ways.
Well, that's on you.
It's I don't know. His work that I initially cared about a lot, he doesn't seem to really give a fuck about anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
These are important. These are honestly very important lessons for you to learn. This is what the world's like. I mean, it's the most cliche, don't meet your hero. You are in one of the most cliche, don't meet your heroes. We're all, we're low-level artists, but we're artists, And it is, and, you meet people who you did, maybe you looked up to something, or you find out, and this happens to me too, where it's I've definitely made stuff that really matters to people that I didn't care about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Or the things people latch onto. When you create something, you put it out into the world, and it's people have experiences with it. They attach meaning to it, and you're somebody who's being shaken of kind of youthful delusion in the real, in real time.
Good point.
And this is, by the way, what artists are like. And
yeah,
college professors and artists. You want people who are. I can't think of two adults that behave like children more. It's you just are allowed to be, especially as an artist who has some. If you have some success, you get away with acting like a fucking asshole.
Right. Look at Kanye.
Yeah.
The guy's wife is naked.
Yeah. I think we're past him getting away with it. But yeah, it's sad as fuck. I mean, you're right, though. I mean, 10 years ago, Kanye West was an artist I admired.
Of course.
The most, one of my favorite artists of all time. And now it's brutal what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, brutal. And it's part of that's mental illness, obviously, but that goes hand in hand. But being selfish, hyper-focused on certain things, that's kind of how you create good art. He might just be hyper-focused on getting slurped off by this lady. Mm-hmm. And here's the other reality. It's this is what happens to people who work under powerful people. You spend a lot. You think it's going to be, in a perfect world, they're good leaders that set you up for success. But more often than not, shit flows downhill. It's a lot of what working for someone is picking up the pieces, and it sucks that you have to realize this, and this is really fucking brutal. But I would just say, kind of use this to your advantage. You could you might be able to get something out of being the person who helps him through having an affair, instead of there's no justice in the world, so let's start there. The idea that like something will happen and he will be brought to justice and like, you know,
he might get caught. I mean, it usually happens.
He gets caught, right? But our friend who's calling in here, she's at school now, right? She's a TA for him. Is that what's going on? Yeah. So it's like he might get caught in a couple of years. She'll be out of school. Like her experience is just right now.
Yeah.
Like that's the reality. Even justice when it's served doesn't fix going through something fucked up.
Yeah.
So you're somebody who's like a collateral damage victim of something that's fucked up. It's not going to change. And to her credit, she seems to sort of understand that, right? She's not asking for, she's just kind of like exasperated. She doesn't have like any, right? Like I read her. She seems
to be taking it pretty personally. She's like, it's really fucked up. It bothers me.
Yeah,
I'm ashamed for him and grossed out. So I think this lady's I think she looked up to this writer, professor guy. So maybe she's got to detach a little.
Yep.
And to piggyback off your point, I do think artists are fucked up, obviously, but we prop artists up. We're acting like plumbers and guys who drive bread trucks aren't fucking around on their wife or whatever. Everybody fucks around on their wife. Everybody fucks around on their husband. Everybody diddled a kid. Everybody drinks on the job. Everybody does drugs. Everybody steals from the self-checkout. So we're all fucked up, but we do prop these people. Oh my God, this guy said this. I looked at, he's such a great professor. You're like, nah, he's just like a piece of shit too.
He's a guy. And you're right. But she's also in the classic. This is the most like finding out how the world works experience I've ever heard of. Like this is an indie movie right here.
Right.
It's like this is a loss of innocence coming of age story.
Yes, Julia Stiles.
Yeah. And so I just think, what Mark says is true. It's like you shouldn't take it personally, right? This guy is he's just some fucking guy.
Exactly.
Every artist, no matter how, like that's another thing where we're lucky to have met pretty much every comedian. Like, it's cool. It's cool that this happened to us. But the thing you learn, and we've worked with a lot of great, fucking legends. They're all just some guy.
Exactly.
They're all just some guy.
Right.
Everybody, some lady, some dude, they're all fucking person. And what's important is you realize this is not the experience you thought it was going to be, but you're still working for him, right? Working for him's not what it's all cracked up to be, but there's still some prestige. The other thing is, this, a lot of the world doesn't know this, right? So the way they look at him hasn't changed. You can still get something out of being a person who worked for him. And also, there might be stuff, like, yes, this is not going to be the transformative experience with your art and learning under him that you wanted it to be, but there's still stuff to pick up, and you could also just kind of finesse this to where you're, like, you are sort of you kind of cover for, he kind of owes you one. Like, that stuff's not bad either.
Sure.
And I would say just look at it as if he had a fucking drug problem, or he had,
that's good.
Or he was a drunk, or he was just like, whatever. Like,
this is his vice.
It's just like, this is a vice that you can't do anything about. And all you can do is like, you are going to pick up the pieces. It's going to be annoying. You went into this thinking you were going to have a great mentor, and it didn't happen. But there will be other mentors. I mean, I remember one time I opened for, I won't say who it was. I opened for somebody who I really respected. And, you remember, like, we met when I opened for you back in the day. I had kind of like this, I was used to good comics liking me. You know what I mean? I just made friends with good comics. And I started getting cocky and just thinking like, oh, you open for someone and you become friends with them. And they put you on the road. And, that's how I met Bobby, Papa, you, and Joe. Like, that's how I met a lot of my friends now. But I opened for one guy, and I was like, I want to fucking crush it. I want him to fucking respect me, because good comics respect that.
Yeah.
And I even, dude, this is how fucking cocky I was. I was like I was on his website looking at like clubs he was going to soon.
I'll go to
and
that
I was like, and I was like literally like, yeah, I don't know about this. Like, I'm just like, I'm like, it's my choice,
Yeah. That's great.
And I crushed, and I'm like, holy fuck, this guy's gonna fuck. And not only that, and then like, and I'm like, I'm going to do my best shit, no fucking around. And like, he was cool in the green room, whatever. And then he would like whisper shit in, like, when I was, because, I was featuring, and then I would come off, he'd be standing there. And every time He was nice in the green room, wherever. In those little interactions where it's just me and him, and he would be like, same stuff again. Huh?
Whoa.
Like saying shit like that.
I think I know who it is now.
And in my head, I was like, wow, this guy hates me. In hindsight, I think he was just like, I've also been there where it's like, you don't really want to take a gig. It's Magooby's joke house.
Right.
Maybe he hasn't. He's a very successful guy. He probably wasn't working on. And I've been there too, where I've been rusty on stand up and I'm not sharp. And the last thing I want is like someone I'm hitting the NOS button trying to crush.
Yeah.
It was probably annoying to have to follow me, and it wasn't like. And artistically, I wasn't trying anything. I wasn't doing. I was just trying to kill, which is what I thought you should do.
I would have thought the same thing.
You know, but it turned some people don't. So anyway, my point is that was fucking weird to me because I had done nothing, but I was really lucky, and like, you know, some people were fucking rude to me, but they were literally drug at. Like a guy with a coke problem was mean to me, but you know, I knew him too. We later became friends. And I had bad experiences, but this was one where I was like, I respected the guy.
Yeah.
And he said shit to me in a fucked up way that I couldn't even prove. No one saw it.
Right.
And in fact, it was insidious because he was really nice in person.
Yeah.
And just a private, kind of like, you know, nobody knows this about this guy.
Right.
And you're the one who has to fucking hold this in. And all I can say is like, that sucked for me. I was lucky where I was like, all right, I'm just going to like never see this guy again. But if I had to work for him, I would have just been like, all right, well, it's not what I thought it was going to be, but I'm sure I can pick some other stuff up, whatever. This sucks, but I can. The point is, you're right to feel annoyed. It sucks, but that's. Just get ready for more of this if you're working in the art world. I'll tell you that much.
Right.
You're not going to meet artists that cheat less. Successful male artists that don't fuck around.
Right.
That ain't happening, sister.